A modern business can generate record-breaking website traffic, acquire thousands of new leads, and still miss their closed-won revenue target for the quarter. To understand how a company can succeed at the top of the funnel and fail at the bottom, we have to recognize the strict difference between descriptive reporting and diagnostic data analytics. Reporting simply counts what happened. It tells an executive that the marketing team logged 1,000 new leads last month. Analytics explains why those leads behaved the way they did and dictates what the company must do next. Revenue is not a passive accounting outcome. It is an engineered system of compounding conversion rates. We will take a hypothetical company that missed its quarterly target and work backward through its data to diagnose exactly where the system failed. Doing this requires abandoning isolated departmental metrics, like marketing's cost per click or sales daily call volume, and relying instead on a unified revenue data model. Without root cause analysis to connect these data points, executives rely on vanity metrics and assumptions, treating the symptoms of revenue loss while ignoring the disease. The first step in root cause analysis is mapping fragmented data from marketing, CRM, and billing software into a single chronological flow. This animated diagram maps the revenue funnel, tracking a buyer's precise journey from website visit to marketing qualified lead, sales qualified lead, opportunity, and closed-won customer. To locate friction, we use funnel bottleneck analysis. Here we find an anomaly. Massive lead volume reaches the MQL stage, but hits a wall, with only a fraction converting into sales qualified leads. This severe drop-off indicates that marketing is successfully attracting a large audience, but the sales team is rejecting almost all of them. A surface-level report logs this as a sales execution issue. Analytics requires looking deeper at the lead qualification criteria arriving in the CRM. High lead volume provides zero commercial value if conversion collapses. Processing those unqualified leads creates significant operational drag on the sales team. To understand this blockage, we deploy lead source analysis to fracture the aggregate data into its specific input channels: LinkedIn ads, webinars, and partner referrals. Looking at raw volume, LinkedIn ads brought 500 leads, while partner referrals brought 30. But comparing actual qualified opportunities, only 5 LinkedIn leads survived, whereas the 30 partner leads produced 15. The bottleneck isn't a lack of sales effort. It is a high-spend marketing campaign generating poor-fit leads that are clogging the system. The required action is clear. Redirect ad spend away from the high-volume channel and allocate those resources to the partner referral program. Evaluating marketing performance on a cost-per-lead basis obscures reality. Tracking the cost per opportunity reveals the true drivers of revenue. Solving top-of-funnel lead quality addresses inbound flow, but we must also analyze the active pipeline closer to the point of sale. This heat map grid tracks sales cycle analysis. Deals move efficiently through discovery, but pile up and age out at the proposal stage, creating a massive forecasting risk. Examining CRM records for lost deals reveals a recurring obstacle: procurement delays. When we separate the pipeline by company size using customer segmentation analysis, we shift how we interpret these stalled deals. Small and mid-market deals close rapidly in 20 days. Enterprise deals stretch out into a 180-day cycle directly because of heavy procurement requirements. Leadership calculated projections using a 60-day company-wide average. By treating all accounts equally, they expected enterprise deals to close 3 times faster than mathematically possible. Averages hide the operational reality. Accurate forecasting requires segmenting pipeline velocity by specific buyer personas. The revenue engine does not stop at the closed-won stage. Post-sale retention determines net revenue, making it the final variable to analyze. This cohort analysis grid groups customers by sign-up month and tracks retention over time. In the 3rd month, a severe drop-off emerges, a massive spike in customer churn exactly 90 days post-sale. Cross-referencing this churn data with customer success records reveals a shared characteristic. Every one of these lost accounts skipped the onboarding process. Customers who bypass onboarding retain at a rate of 55%. Those who complete the training retain at 90%. The data dictates an immediate operational change. The company must mandate onboarding for all new accounts to stop the leak and protect net revenue. By working backward through the data, we traced the missed target to 3 specific operational failures: poor campaign targeting, unsegmented sales cycles, and optional customer onboarding. Diagnosing past failures is only the baseline. Clean historical data models allow operations teams to leverage predictive analytics. By analyzing patterns in close date changes and user engagement, algorithms can flag pipeline risks and predict churn probabilities before they actually happen. The final stage of this process is prescriptive analytics. Instead of merely identifying an account at risk of churning, the system automatically triggers a specific data-backed intervention plan for the customer success team to execute. A true analytical dashboard provides context, insight, and an exact recommendation for an operational fix. Sustainable revenue growth is never the byproduct of guesswork or blind volume. It is an engineered outcome, managed through precise, prescriptive action.